Hey everyone! Many of you have either heard of or seen the Squid Game TV series. It became the #1 television show on Netflix in over 90 countries when it first debuted. The hype made its way to us and we ended up watching the entire series. While watching the Squid Game series, we realized there are many important lessons to be learned on personal finance. As for a rough summary of the TV show, there's a secret group of rich people who invited 456 people to participate in a series of 6 deadly games. Those selected had serious money problems and had other issues as well. The main character was in massive debt and could have used some personal finance wisdom. Although the Squid Game story is fiction, we can all learn extremely valuable lessons regarding debt and personal finance. So I'm very excited to share with you those lessons today in our video. And first off, welcome back to our family, the Bee Singer Fire Journey channel. If you find today's video helpful for you, please give that lonely like button a click, comment below, let us know your thoughts, and share with a friend. Okay, so let's jump in. Here are the 6 key takeaways we would like to share with you. Number 1, save up an emergency fund. At the time my wife and I first got married, we did not know the importance of having an emergency fund. We had never even heard of this word. Later on, we were fortunate enough to find out from Dave Ramsey about the importance of having an emergency fund. During times like the 2008 economic recession and COVID-19, many people lost their jobs. An emergency fund isn't just in the case of losing a job, but also applies to other big and sudden things in life that can happen, like a car breaking down, for example. Just imagine having enough money in a specific account for all types of emergencies. We highly recommend starting with a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. We personally prefer 6 months. For retired people, 2 years of an emergency fund should be sufficient. Because when the next recession or stock market crash hits, there would be enough money in the emergency fund so that no money needed to be taken out of retirement accounts for saving and investing. Instead, you can wait until the market recovers. To give us more peace of mind, my wife and I started our emergency fund and put it into a high-yield savings account. I highly recommend putting your emergency fund into a high-yield savings account and not into the stock market, since you will need to access the money quickly. Tip number 2, get out of debt. Every time you borrow money, you're robbing your future self. I love this quote from Nathan Morris. An important financial lesson from the Squid Games show is to not get into bad debt. I made the dumb decision in my early 20s to buy a luxury car with a car loan. For many reasons, the car became my nightmare. Looking back, I was so glad that I sold it and then had 0 car loan debt. It felt amazing and feels great still today. To see more details on the story, check out our other video where I share more in detail about that luxury car. After a lot of hard work, I was able to graduate from college, both my bachelor's and master's degree, debt-free. If you want to know how I made that happen, you can also check out more videos on this channel. Now my wife and I can proudly say that we are completely debt-free except for the mortgage. We feel the freedom. It's so good for our mental health and our relationship. We are not trying to boast, but we want to share our process and hope everyone can feel the freedom that comes from being debt-free. Tip number 3, budget life. It's worth it. Buying things in cash is so worth it, even though it can take patience and time to save up the needed money. Building credit is also an important thing with wisely using credit cards, but we prefer building up the cash needed for bigger expenses. Make sure you think through and know if the thing you want to buy is a need or a want. That includes giving yourself time to think it over and cool down before making an impulse purchase. It's okay to use a credit card, but make sure to pay it off right after. Instead of eating out a lot, my wife and I would instead cook at home. We would meal plan for the week and put any leftovers in the freezer. Doing this is convenient, especially when you're constantly on the go. We also buy a lot of things secondhand and save a lot of money by not buying something brand new. For example, we got a double stroller that we took to New York on a trip and it was completely free. Somebody just gave it away for free secondhand. So that was a great thing for us. There are many free things through the Facebook Marketplace, such as baby items, household items, and much more. Tip number 4, health insurance. In the Squid Game series, the main character makes a huge mistake. He cancels his mom's health insurance plan. In the USA, hospital bills can be very expensive. If we didn't have health insurance, then the delivery cost for our baby would have been $12,000 out of pocket. If there would have been complications or other issues, then the bill would have been even higher. Having health insurance is a big blessing for us. We cannot imagine life without it. Tip number 5, invest smart, do not gamble. In one of the Squid Games episodes, one guy taught the lesson to not put all your eggs in one basket. We completely agree. We need to invest more and invest more wisely. When it comes to funds, we love the total market index fund and the S&P 500 fund. If you don't know what to invest in, they can both be a good starting point. Gambling can be a scary addiction. Please make sure you fully understand what you're investing in, because some investments hold higher risk. Some people invested a lot into cryptocurrency or would try to inflate a stock. This is more like gambling for us. Someone with a lot of extra money could invest in these higher risk things, but must be willing to lose it all. 90% of our stock market investments are in regular mutual funds, index funds, or an ETF. 9% of our investments are in single stock. Less than 1% is in cryptocurrency. Number 6, spend time with the family. We know how life can get busy. We need to work and we need to make money for family needs. No matter how busy life gets, it's important to remember family time. Time needs to be spent building important relationships with family. I personally love taking the time to go on dates with the wife and spend time with our little kiddos away from work and distractions. Relationships truly are the spice of life. Back when I was doing full-time work and full-time school, my schedule was pretty crazy. But I always did my homework after my baby was sleeping because I wanted to spend time with the wife and spend time with our baby. I don't want to miss any of the special moments of fatherhood and raising a kid. Thank you so much for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the TV series and personal finance lessons that you may have learned from it as well. Drop a comment below. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on more personal finance and investing content. We'll see ya.